Since October 7, 2023, Israel has faced unprecedented attacks on its military air bases. Once impenetrable, these bases are now under intense fire from Iranian missiles, Hezbollah rockets and more. The attacks expose vulnerabilities in Israel's air power. This surge in attacks represents a strategic shift in the region's balance of power. Israel's air superiority is now in question, with non-state groups able to strike deep within its territory. The ongoing strikes have exposed the limitations of Israel's defense systems. The challenge for Israel lies in developing advanced defense systems to counter these evolving threats. At the heart of Israel's air power lie three strategically vital air bases: Nevatim, Tel Nof and Hatzor. These bases are not merely concrete and steel, they represent the cutting edge of Israel's military might and its ability to project force across the region. Nevatim Airbase, nestled deep within the Negev desert, is home to Israel's fleet of F-35 Iron stealth fighter jets, the most advanced aircraft in its arsenal. These fifth-generation fighters are equipped with sophisticated electronic warfare systems and are capable of penetrating enemy airspace undetected, giving Israel a significant tactical advantage. Tel Nof Airbase, situated near the Mediterranean coast, serves as the primary base for Israel's fleet of F-15 Wayra fighter jets, renowned for their air-to-air and air-to-ground combat capabilities. These aircraft have been instrumental in Israel's operations in Gaza, Lebanon and Syria, providing critical air support to ground troops and conducting precision strikes against enemy targets. Hatzor Airbase, located in southern Israel, is another key installation, hosting a variety of aircraft, including F-16 Isufa fighter jets and reconnaissance aircraft. Hatzor plays a crucial role in intelligence gathering, border patrol and rapid response to emerging threats. Beyond their operational significance, these bases also house critical infrastructure, including maintenance facilities, ammunition depots and command and control centers. The loss or significant damage to any of these facilities would severely hamper Israel's ability to conduct air operations. The strategic importance of these air bases makes them prime targets for Israel's adversaries. Their destruction or incapacitation would not only cripple Israel's air power, but also deal a severe blow to its national security. The recent attacks underscore the vulnerability of these installations and the need for enhanced security measures to protect them from a growing array of threats. The history of Israel's air bases is inextricably linked to the nation's own struggle for survival and its rise as a regional military power. From the earliest days of its existence, Israel recognized the critical importance of air power in a region surrounded by hostile neighbors. During the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, when the fledgling state faced existential threats, its small air force, operating from makeshift airstrips, played a decisive role in repelling invading armies. The establishment of permanent air bases like Nevatim, Tel Nof and Hatzor in the years following the war marked a turning point in Israel's military development. These bases became the backbone of Israel's air superiority, allowing it to deter its enemies and achieve decisive victories in subsequent conflicts, such as the Six-Day War in 1967 and the Yom Kippur War in 1973. Over the decades, Israel has invested heavily in developing its air force, acquiring advanced aircraft and honing its pilots' skills. Its air bases have undergone continuous upgrades and expansions to accommodate new technologies and evolving threats. The result is a formidable air power that has become synonymous with Israeli military prowess. The recent attacks on these air bases, however, represent a significant challenge to this legacy. They serve as a stark reminder that Israel's hard-won military advantage is not insurmountable. The ability of its adversaries to penetrate its defenses and strike at the heart of its air power raises serious questions about the future of its deterrence and its ability to maintain regional stability. Section 4. A barrage from afar, Iranian missiles and the regional threat. Among the most concerning threats facing Israel's air bases is the proliferation of Iranian-made missiles in the hands of its regional adversaries. Iran has systematically armed Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, and Houthi rebels in Yemen with an increasingly sophisticated arsenal of ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and rockets. These weapons, many of which are capable of reaching deep within Israel's territory, pose a significant challenge to Israel's air defenses. The Iranian Shahab-3 ballistic missile, with a range of over 1,000 kilometers, is of particular concern. While Israel believes that Hezbollah has not yet acquired this specific missile, its development and potential deployment highlight the growing missile threat facing the country. Iran's Fateh 110 missile, with a range of 300 kilometers, has already been used by Hezbollah to target Israeli military positions. Iran's support for these groups is not limited to providing them with weapons. It also includes training, funding, and logistical support. This backing has enabled these groups to develop significant military capabilities, posing a growing threat to Israel's security. The missile threat from Iran and its proxies presents a complex challenge for Israel's defense planners. Traditional air defense systems designed to intercept aircraft are ill-suited to countering the speed and maneuverability of ballistic missiles. While Israel has invested heavily in missile defense systems like the Iron Dome and David's Sling, these systems have limitations, particularly against saturation attacks. Section 5. Hezbollah's arsenal, precision strikes, and the shadow of war. Hezbollah, the Iran-backed Shiite militia based in Lebanon, poses perhaps the most immediate and potent threat to Israel's air bases. With an estimated arsenal of over 130,000 rockets and missiles, Hezbollah has the capability to launch a massive barrage against Israeli territory, including its critical military installations. What sets Hezbollah apart from other groups is not just the size of its arsenal, but also its increasing accuracy. Hezbollah has invested heavily in acquiring precision-guided munitions, including Iranian-supplied Fateh 110 missiles and M600 rockets. These weapons, capable of hitting targets with pinpoint accuracy, pose a significant threat to Israeli airbases, which house valuable aircraft, ammunition depots, and command centers. In recent years, Hezbollah has demonstrated its willingness to use these weapons against Israeli territory. During the 2006 Lebanon War, Hezbollah fired thousands of rockets into Israel, targeting both military and civilian infrastructure. While most of these rockets were unguided, the conflict highlighted the vulnerability of Israeli population centers and critical infrastructure to rocket attacks. Since then, Hezbollah has significantly upgraded its arsenal and improved its targeting capabilities. The group is believed to possess advanced anti-ship missiles, such as the Iranian-made Yakhont, which could threaten Israel's offshore gas platforms and naval vessels. Hezbollah's growing military capabilities, coupled with its strategic location along Israel's northern border, make it a formidable adversary. Section 6. Palestinian factions and Houthi rebels expanding the arc of vulnerability. While Hezbollah and Iran pose the most significant threats to Israel's air bases, Palestinian factions in Gaza and Houthi rebels in Yemen have also demonstrated the capability and intent to strike these strategic targets. Although their arsenals are less sophisticated than those of Hezbollah and Iran, these groups have shown a willingness to exploit any vulnerabilities in Israel's defenses. Hamas, the Islamist group that controls Gaza, has developed a substantial arsenal of rockets and mortars capable of reaching deep into Israeli territory. While most of these weapons are unguided, Hamas has attempted to develop longer-range rockets and acquire more accurate munitions. The group's efforts to smuggle weapons and technology through tunnels from Sinai and the sea underscore its determination to enhance its military capabilities. The Houthi rebels in Yemen, locked in a protracted conflict with a Saudi-led coalition backed by the United States, have also targeted Israel with ballistic missiles. These attacks, while largely symbolic, demonstrate the expanding reach of Iran's regional network and the growing threat to Israeli interests from non-state actors. While the Palestinian factions and Houthi rebels may not possess the same level of sophistication as Hezbollah or Iran, Their ability to strike Israeli territory, even with limited success, underscores the evolving nature of the threat facing the country. Israel's defense planners must now contend with a multi-front challenge, requiring a comprehensive and adaptable security strategy.